wants to take home.
Plus, a case of road rage leads to fists flying in Jacksonville. Video of the attack and when instances like this can become a criminal offense. Thanks for joining us, everyone, on Action News Jax at noon. I'm Phil Amato.
And I'm Dawn Lopez. So this is video of two drivers in the median arguing, and this is Atlantic Boulevard in the middle of traffic, if you can believe that. And then we see one man punch the other in the face, the other, as you can see here, reaching out in his truck. Action News Jax Elizabeth Pace did some digging and found road rage is happening more and more here every year.
So right now we're driving along Atlantic Boulevard. It's a really busy street. This is where that road rage started in that video. Now we're also pulling into a turning lane right here. This is where the two cars stopped and the men got out on the median. We're going to be pulling up on this right now to show you just how narrow it is. We can't even stop over here because of how narrow this median is over here. So not only did these men stop and get out of their cars during traffic, they were right in the middle of other cars during rush hour. Here's another look at that video. Two men are standing on that narrow median with traffic all around them. It looks like they're arguing for several minutes, waving their hands and pointing to their cars. But then we see the man in the back punch the other guy in his face. It looks like something even flew out of his mouth. The woman who posted this video says that the two men just got back in their cars and drove off. Right now I'm reaching out to JSO to learn if they responded to this apparent case of road rage or if they're looking for the drivers. According to an online survey, I found that road rage is the leading cause of accidents, and actually 1/3 of cases involves a gun. Ahead at 5, we'll explain when road rage becomes criminal. Reporting in the Regency area, Elizabeth Pace, CBS47 Fox 30, Action News Jax.
Right now, a St. Johns County mother is accused of waiting an hour to call 911 after her child took a pill and became unconscious. According to that arrest report, Whitney Tolerico was at home with her children when one of them got a hold of a pill and swallowed it. Police say minutes later that child was unconscious. Tolerico is now facing child neglect charges.
Parents, you will get a chance to voice your concerns about a new random drug testing policy at 2 Jacksonville private schools. Action News Jax told you just last week when the president of Bowles sent parents this letter notifying them about this new rule. Students who test positive the first time will get a warning. The second offense will result in disciplinary action. Some local parents say that they are in favor of this change.
I do still think it helps the kids, giving them a little excuse with their peers to not do something that they really didn't want to anyway.
Episcopal High School also adopted a similar policy. The rule is set to go into effect next year. Parents, if you want to make sure that school leaders hear from you, there is a meeting being held this evening at the Bowles School. It starts at 5. Well, we wanted to hear from you on this topic. Should schools be allowed to randomly test for drugs? So you can go online at actionnewsjax.com/vote so that you can leave your vote there. But you had lots to say as well on Facebook, Twitter, on all of our platforms here. But this one says, going to have to do for a job, might as well get used to it. And then, let's see here, Robert Sample says it's not going to change anything. They will do it regardless. If anything, it will get the kids to start rebelling and make it worse. And from Treyo Carlson, yes, if they are caught, they should be held accountable just like adults do when they pop positive. Well, again, go to our Facebook page, click on the story, and leave your comments.
Traffic flowing again this noon on I-295 and 103rd Street, where Action News Jax showed you this morning when an overturned car hauler made for a very messy commute there in the southbound lanes. New at noon, Action News Jax Beth Russo shows us how crews got the trailer out of the way.
We are standing on 103rd Street, but if you take a look on I-295 southbound, you can see the traffic backed up and cars just crawling all the way along the overpass. And as we continue to pan right on down, you can actually see a crane that's down there. That is what's going to upright this overturned car trailer that JSO says has been involved in a crash on I-295 southbound. Right now, take a look at this video. We were able to get a little bit closer so that we could show you the overturned trailer. The other thing that we were able to see is the two cars that appear to have been on that trailer when it overturned. You can see them on tow trucks, but on the other side of those vehicles, there is some damage. This had a significant impact on people's morning commute as this crash was blocking lanes on I-295 southbound for hours. Florida Highway Patrol tells us that there were injuries involved in this crash. Right now, we're working to learn the extent of those injuries. I'm going to post any updates on the crash at actionnewsjax.com. Reporting on 103rd Street, Beth Russo, Action News Jax.
It's an elite program based right here at home. There's a powerful plane arriving at NES Jax today, and it's designed to create safer waters worldwide. A local squadron has been training UK military pilots on the P-8A Poseidon for decades, and this is video of the Poseidon. NES Jax was the Navy's first to transition to P-8As, a militarized version of the Boeing 737. And now, naval squadrons from across the country and the world will come to Jacksonville to train their own pilots. The UK is in the process of purchasing the aircraft. UK personnel will receive some additional training on the Poseidon, and then we're told training operations will shift from the base here in Jacksonville overseas to the UK. This aircraft will be making its way back to the UK in early 2020. The first one will arrive at NES Jax today at 4 p.m.
Power companies could cut off electricity to more than 700,000 customers in California as 50 to 70 mile-an-hour winds threaten to spark even more wildfires. This is video crews work to battle the Getty fire in Santa Ana. Fire crews say those flames have already scorched more than 600 acres since it began Monday morning. Action News Jax' Letitia Barriola joins us live in the studio. And Tish, officials determined that wildfire sparked when winds carried a tree branch into a power line. You're looking at some dramatic footage right now.
Let's get right to this, guys. This is live video here out of the Bay Area near San Francisco in California. So in a couple seconds, you may see some horses. They're trying to rescue these horses back through here. Maybe take this full so we can see this real quick. They're trying to get these horses out of the smoke and the fire. This is a live look right now. There's a couple of guys there trying to get them out of there. So think of these conditions, all that smoke, fire nearby. They're trying to save these animals, and look at them, guys. They're confused. They don't want to go with the human beings there. Probably don't trust them, scared. A lot going on in the Bay Area right now. We'll probably get back to this later in the show because it's just fascinating video, but also this video as a Good Samaritan helped drivers trapped get through a fence as a fire was approaching them along I-5 Tuesday. So this man guided some traffic, some even evacuated on foot. So let's take a listen.
Go, let's go, let's go, let's go! Go, go! Go, go! Go, go, go!
Look at that. Man, fire crews say the wind, which is expected to last into Thursday, may be the strongest of the season. Dawn?
Oh, and Letitia, a power company is now saying it's likely responsible for one of the most destructive fires in California history. A report by the Ventura County Fire Department found Southern California Edison's electrical equipment caused the Big Woolsey fire. It erupted nearly a year ago in Malibu. 3 people died in that fire. New this noon, a cannabis retailer called MedMen Enterprise is now open in Jacksonville Beach. As a part of the grand opening today, a portion of the proceeds for the first month will benefit Epilepsy Florida. The new location sits on 3rd Street at the former 33-star retail store. Right now, the chain is working on sites in 5 Points and Mandarin.
Action News Jax is your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and those big cats getting ready for this weekend as they'll travel over the pond to take on the Houston Texans in London. The Jags pretty quiet this trade deadline despite 2 key injuries. The Jags placed wide receiver Marquise Lee on the injured reserve list again this year. That wideout has been battling several injuries this season. Jaguars also lost Marcel Darius to the injured reserve list last week. You can count on Action News Jax to bring you complete coverage on the London game. Countdown to kickoff starts early Sunday morning at 8:30. You then can watch the game on the NFL Network. And Action News Jax will have post-game coverage on Facebook Live and in the free Action News Jax mobile app. And tonight, you can join Action Sports Jax Brett Martineau, Calais Campbell, and former Jaguar Jeff Lageman at the Avondale Mellow Mushroom starting at 7 o'clock. They'll look ahead to the London game and recap the win against the Jets on Sunday. Ronnie Harrison will be the special guest. If you can't make it out, you can tune in to Fox 30 at 7 o'clock. Let's take a live look now at RV City as Gator and Bulldog fans are getting ready for this weekend's matchup. It's sports mania here in town, right? The CBS47 crew, you're home for the Florida-Georgia game. Don't forget to tune in Saturday afternoon at 2 in the afternoon for countdown to kickoff. The game starts at 3:30. Then stick around after the game for live analysis plus reaction from the coaches and players when we bring you Battle of the Border.
Today, a House panel gets its turn to question the head of Boeing as it investigates 2 deadly plane crashes that killed hundreds and led to a worldwide grounding of 737 MAX planes. The chairman of the House panel alleged a Boeing manager sought to stop production on the 737 MAX planes over safety concerns. The Boeing CEO has landed in the hot seat again today as the House Transportation Committee looks for answers.
Carry the memories of these accidents with us. And the loved ones, the memories of them, they will never be forgotten.
Today's hearing is likely to last a lot longer than the Senate questioning, as there are more than 50 members on this panel planning to quiz Boeing about the safety systems on the MAX plane.
Game 7 of the Fall Classic is tonight. The Washington Nationals keeping their chances alive after winning in Game 6 last night.
On its active roster. That's a tough play for Peacock.
Oh, this play right here in the 7th inning had the Nationals manager Dave Martinez all fired up. Second base Trey Turner called out on runner interference. 2 batters later, it was Anthony Rendon that added to the Nationals lead with a 2-run homer to left. Sparks then fly a short time later. In between innings, the Nationals taking the field. Manager Dave Martinez still angry about the runner's interference call, and he gets ejected out of the game now. But the Nationals still hang out for the win by a score of 7-2.
Fox 30 is the only place where you can catch tonight's Game 7 of the Fall Classic. Pre-game coverage starts at 7:30 p.m., followed by the game at 8.
And from the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Gary Beatonball. It is really hot and steamy outside in the mid-80s, near a record high already here at noon. How hot we get today when we see some showers and when we cool down. That's coming up with the Action News Jax First Alert 7-day forecast.
They're getting ready for trick or treat. Last minute Halloween events for your little ghosts and goblins. It's all next.
Researchers are noticing an alarming number of girls in Clay County that are being bullied. Coming up, what parents are doing so that their daughters don't become another statistic.
What to watch tonight, brought to you by Ashley Home Store.
We want to give you another live look right this minute from California. We brought you some live looks just minutes ago, and this is firefighters in the Simi Valley area trying to beat back the flames. You can see there's so much smoke and smog in Northern California right now. Firefighters were out there at a ranch trying to rescue some of the horses that were there, and right now they're clocking isolated wind gusts at 80 miles per hour, which is only causing the fires and the smoke to spread. We'll stay on top of this.
Just fanning those blazes. Well, new research being discussed in Clay County is highlighting the rate of violence young girls are facing in the state of Florida.
An alarming rate of girls in Clay County are speaking up to say that they've been victims of violence and bullying. New at noon. Action News Jax Alicia Tarancon looked into why researchers say the community has to step in to stop it.
When it comes to middle and high school age girls, research shows that 1 in 10 do not feel safe in their community because of things like violence and bullying. The Dolores Bar Weaver Policy Center presented their findings to a group of community members in Clay County inside the Haven Hospice Community Room. Researchers say girls living in rural communities like those in Clay County see higher reports of bullying. For instance, 33% of girls in Clay County experience some sort of physical bullying, while 67% of girls will experience some sort of cyberbullying. Action News Jax spoke with Heidi Forsyth, a parent who says she was alarmed by the rate of bullying in her community.
Even at first grade, we see it. My daughter coming home with it, stories of whether it be her, other girls in her class. So that was a big concern for me. Even though it is focused on junior high, I have nieces in junior high, and I want to know kind of how we can come together to lower those numbers even more.
Researchers say there's no one solution. Parents, teachers, law enforcement, and all other community members need to come together to be a good role model for these girls so they can overcome these barriers. And coming up at 5, we'll take a look at how the rate of bullying compares in Duval, St. Johns, and Nassau counties. Reporting in Orange Park, Alicia Tarancon, CBS47, Fox 30, Action News Jax.
New at noon, if you're looking for something fun for the kids this Halloween. It's the day before, but the Beaches Town Center is hosting a children's fall festival and costume party this evening. So you're invited out for this free family event, we're told, for children of all ages. Organizers say that there will be arts and crafts, games, trick-or-treating, and a costume contest. So if you think your little one is the cutest ever, put them up there for the contest. All right, so you'll want to go to First Street between Lemon and Orange Street from 5 until 7 tonight.
Now, certified Jacksonville's most accurate forecast. Action News Jax First Alert Weather.
I'm First Alert meteorologist Garrett Wiedenball. If you stepped outside this morning, you know it's humid and warm. In the mid-80s is where we are right now at noon at the International Airport. That's 1 degree shy of the record high temperature of 86. 84 right now in St. Augustine versus more clouds in Waycross and in the mid-70s. That's why you're in the 70s still. But our record high is 86. That's our forecast today around the metro. That's from 1951. But look at here. Here's the upper 80s for tomorrow. The record 86 again from 2016. Likely going to break this one tomorrow. And some spots could even get close to 90 degrees. That would be if we get it at the International Airport. The latest in the calendar that we've seen 90 on record in Jacksonville. 81 today in Brunswick, mid-80s in Kingsland, mid-80s in St. Augustine. We'll top out about 86, 87 degrees around Jacksonville here today now that we have a sea breeze going inland. Mid to upper 80s in Glen St. Mary and also into Lake City. We're also tracking a few isolated sprinkles already on 5 Street First Alert Doppler HD and some showers well offshore. In fact, about 30 miles offshore right now, but there are a few here in Camden County that have developed over the past few minutes near Woodbine, and also just detecting some here to the northeast of Hilliard, approaching the St. Mary's River now, crossing into Georgia if they hold together. Riverside live on the Action News Jax First Alert Skycam network, where we have 86 degrees. We have partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies by this afternoon. By about 3 o'clock in the mid-80s, still with that sea breeze slightly cooling us down a few degrees, but still well above the average of 77 for this time of year. Even by 7 o'clock, mostly cloudy skies and about 80 degrees or so. Where's the front? Can you find it? A cold front's headed our way. Here it is, 54 in Little Rock, 43 Dallas, 35 in OKC, down to the mid-80s, though, for us here as we continue our summertime pattern here in Jacksonville. Hour by hour, there is going to be that front headed our way. Not today, though. Isolated showers here for this afternoon and into the evening. It'll be dry for your morning commute on Thursday. We'll see likely some inland fog again. Then we go into the afternoon on Halloween Day and into the evening. Here comes that front. A few isolated showers before that front arrives and then passes by, and that's when we begin to cool down here across northeast Florida and southeast Georgia. Here's that 7-day forecast with your weekend always in view. Upper 80s with an isolated shower for trick-or-treaters. Don't cancel your plans, though. Back to the 70s by Friday and into the Florida-Georgia game. Partly to mostly cloudy, onshore winds, isolated shower, but not a washout, and then low 70s. Pretty nice to end the weekend and start next week. You can always get this forecast at any time of the day right there on the First Alert Weather app, and join Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish beginning at 5 p.m. on CBS 47 and Fox 30.
It bends and folds, and now another one is on the way. How Samsung is making this new smartphone different from the first.
Plus, move over Hulu and Netflix, the new streaming service coming to a television near you. New at noon, Samsung is unveiling its newest phone in the works. The tech company is launching another foldable phone, but this one will be modeled after a flip phone.
New streaming service is launching next year. HBO Max is coming out in May. The new service is free for HBO subscribers, but will cost $15 a month for non-subscribers. We'll be right back.
A new method for criminals to use technology to steal your hard-earned money. How thieves are using your own bank and phone against you. That's tonight at 5 o'clock.
Pretty warm day today. We'll see those highs in the mid to upper 80s in spots near record highs, and that continues tomorrow. Just an isolated shower today and into tomorrow. That a front passes Thursday night into the early morning hours of Friday, and we'll see a decreasing cloud cover kind of morning and into the afternoon on Friday. Look at those nice fall-like temperatures.
Finally, we fall
right.
back and finally fall into fall.
Better than that hot Halloween night we're going to have, huh?
Right.
Okay.
Sweating under those masks.
Have a good day, everyone.
Y&R is coming up next.